Hey everybody, it's pretty late where I am, and I wanted to try to wait to do this, in the morning, not at the very end of my day, but sometimes it's just like nagging and nagging, like now, no, don't wait, don't wait. So I'm here, I'm back, and I am happy to be back to share. This reading with you, what I have to say, a few things that have been going on energetically right now. But I will get to the reading first so we can get that out of the way, and then I'll get to the other stuff. So, what I will tell you about this reading, though, today is the first half of it, which is the Enchanted Map deck. And if you have never seen, love it, love it, love it, love it. So, Enchanted Map deck, this is basically the Let It Go reading. Like for real. Let it go. So I'm just gonna get into it. And the first card we have is Unexpected Visitors, and it's in reverse. So it's a reversal. It's something that is quite significant or needs some additional paying attention to, I'd say. And this Unexpected Visitors card is in this position that I've got is that recently you may have had to let go of something or lost something, had to separate from something, just something that you were hoping would work out did not work out for you. And when that happens, it can be really discouraging. But the thing about it is, if something did not work out for you, it's simply because it wasn't the right time, or there's just a different path, a different avenue, something better coming down the pipeline, better suited. When we discuss this in terms of better, it's not necessarily better in terms of quality, although that could certainly be the case, but it just better suited for you personally. So moving on from that, the next card we've got is Coming Apart. So some things are just dissolving, and you've got to avoid holding on to things that are leaving your life. It's time to reevaluate and look at all the things that are not serving you and let it go. This is are your actions in alignment with your values card right now. Let go of anything that is not in alignment with what you truly desire. And oh, that is so hard when we live in an era of instant gratification. It can get difficult to hold out or be faithful or keep working in a particular direction when you aren't seeing things come into fruition. Sometimes things are happening behind the scenes and we may not see those tangible effects. And this next card is about that. Wizard of Awareness. It's just, if you look at how he's sitting, he's just kind of observing. And this card just wants you to be a passive observer in your life. Avoid taking things very personally, like something is going wrong because something's wrong with you, or things are not panning out. You have an issue. You are the issue. Just so many things wrong. There's a flow, and a part of being in the flow is just not taking so many things personally, taking a step back, being a neutral observer in the story that is your life, not taking things too seriously and letting things come and go, because life just keeps going and going. And the more we try to continue to hold on to that which we cannot control, the more difficult it can be. So this is all about letting go, reevaluating, feeling confident that there is something better suited, that this is just a season in time, and that things will eventually be different. Okay? And moving on, we've got the Journey of Love deck. And the card I got is She is the Moon. This is about moon cycles and waiting, but not just waiting in vain, waiting for the right time to begin moving again, to make a decision, to make a change, to pursue anything. It's about waiting for the right time, determining for you, is it a time for you to take an action, or is it time for you to rest and wait? And that's up for you to determine. One of the ways I determine if it is a time for me to take an action or if it's a time for me to step back is if the actions that I have been taking are leading me to a brick wall. If you're constantly doing something in attempts to reach a certain goal or want in your life, and it keeps falling apart, that might be a good time to just put it down and focus on other things, right? But that's up to you to determine. Are you making any traction with your actions, or are you being hit with all sorts of obstacles? If it's the latter, you probably want to take a break from that and just let it ride out. Okay, and then we have our healing deck card, and this is about replenish. You may have been feeling burnt out, like just burnt out, too many things going on. Take the time to get back on track. And it is so interesting for various reasons. Some of the cards that we have in this reading is this replenish card, simply because there's been a lot of things going on in the world, a lot of struggle, a lot of change, a lot of things that people are working hard to acclimate to and trying to figure out what the next step is, all over. And when we start focusing on a lot of what's outside of us, we forget about what's going on inside of us, and it can easily spin out of control, and you're feeling anxious or depressed, or you stepped away from your routines. Maybe your work or your other obligations took you away from routines or things that you wanted to do or pursue to look after yourself or for your purpose, that sort of thing. And right now we are in the Lion's Gate, and the energies that come through that, it's from like July 26th to August 12th or so. The energies that come forth there is to help give you a boost. So you may have felt a renewal to return to replenishing yourself. You may be feeling like you are picking up something that you intended to do. Maybe you want to work out or change your eating habits. Maybe you want to do philanthropy, giving back, volunteering. Maybe you want a new career or focus on some of your purpose, write that book or start that business, try that new class, get a cookbook and cook some things that, you wanted to try. You might be feeling a boost to get back to some of the things that you wanted to do for you right now with these energies, okay? And so just replenish, try to make time to perform self-care practices to support yourself right now. And then I actually did Keepers of the Light deck one more time. And I got Soul Expansion. And this is also one of those cards related to, there are things that we're doing and working toward, and we may not see the results of the actions that we're taking and the things that we're doing. But it doesn't mean that there aren't things that are happening. We just don't happen to see them in the physical plane yet. So, you may have been like me and taking a break from a lot of things socially, just stepping back and working on some other things, considering some other things. And you may now start to feel like it's time to come out of that, And I mentioned in my last video that the thing about what we're trying to manifest in our lives is that we can continuously put things out there into the universe, but you've got to sit back and wait for it to show up. And that means taking a break sometimes. That means not going as hard as you were going, because you go so hard, you might miss something. So it's good to take a break. And so this is also another card where it's to determine, where are you at right now? What is your status? Do you feel rejuvenated? Do you feel replenished? Or do you feel depleted? And what are you going to do about it? And in terms of the things you want for your life, have you honestly waited for them? Or are you feeling really impatient? Like, well, when? Why? Worry. Where are you in that? And it's really important to be honest with yourself about how you feel regarding what you're getting or not getting in your life, and if you are truly content with waiting and understanding that we don't always get the things that we ask for when we want them, and that just means we're supposed to be doing something else. And you know, one of the overarching themes for this reading, especially the top three, the first three cards, is this idea of separation, or being separated from something that we want or wanted. And I don't often discuss my sacred partner journey, because it's just one of those things where, for those of you who are familiar with the sacred partner journey, you know the ebbs and the flows and how difficult it could be continuing to operate in the absence of this partnership that you know is so significant. And I bring this up to say that, you know, the message of the coming apart card, for example, just shows that sometimes separation is needed. And if you are separate, it means that there are things that you've got to do on your own that needs to be achieved before you can do anything else related to that sort of journey. So if you are on the sacred partner journey and you are in separation right now, I'm not sure if you are seeing or feeling any more connected, or having particular signs, you know, synchronicities, just reminders of your sacred partner. And separation might be feeling a bit magnified right now, or you might be reminded of them, reminded of their absence in your life, you know, things popping up that relate to them. And I've noticed with myself that's been happening a lot lately. And, you know, we can sit and we can analyze all of that. But I think for me, the message here is to just kind of acknowledge it, respect it, and then keep going and feel really good about what you're doing and what you're bringing to the world. It's important. And also taking care of yourself. Because if you are in separation from anything in your life that you want or thought you wanted, it's for a reason. And sometimes it's good to be grateful when something is taken from you, even if you thought you wanted it, simply because it may not even be good for you or right. So it's one of those things where you just have to be thankful, grateful, and trust that everything is in the flow and is going to fall into place just the way it needs to, and you don't have to worry about that. Okay? So, and for those of you who are less familiar with Sacred Partner Journey, I mean, some of my other videos earlier on do touch upon a couple of twin flame things. If you're interested in that, there are a lot of people who are discussing it on a regular basis. If you reach out to me, I can, you know, mention some individuals or, you know, pages, YouTube channels that you might want to check out about it. I don't really get into it too much in a public level. I keep it pretty private, but, you know, given this is a separation reading and a lot of people on a sacred partner journey are in separation right now, it's, you know, something that I wanted to make sure I mentioned. All right, so the last thing that I have for you is the universe has got your back. So I'm going to pull a card from this deck right now. And, oh, don't mind the bandage on my arm. Everything's okay. I donated blood today, and in the United States, there's a blood shortage because it's the summertime and a lot of people are away on vacations and things, and donating blood isn't a priority right now for a lot of folks because, you know, they're busy. So I just made sure to go ahead and do my part, so that's it. Okay, so I'm just gonna pull one, and that'll be our message. The universe has got your back. Let's see. In what capacity today? All right, here we go. And we've got I'm going to read it because I'm really happy about this one. When I'm in alignment with the love of the universe, peace cannot be disrupted. Alignment. Actions in alignment with your values. When you are doing things that match what you say you want, that is the flow. And that's what the universe wants to see. Because if you keep doing the opposite of what you say you want, you're going to keep being disappointed and not really realizing it. But you've got to be honest with yourself. Are your actions in alignment with your values? All right? The universe has got your back. Namaste.